And what I realized is that there was really nothing, there was no one thing that I could say to someone like Josh's life. What I realized is that his life was pretty much cut up into different stages, different personalities. So I'm going to go ahead and use some of those personalities. The earliest, the earliest stage that I know of, but I wasn't old enough to know this, was what we like to call this awkward adolescent stage, or as we like to call it, his stage. Growing up, he had a little problem, a little speech problem. He couldn't say his awes. The practice word that he had to say was "urda," and it didn't go very well for him. Also, a popular catchphrase to that was "I'm a keel," "I'm a girl," and he called himself Shira. That's good. After that, this is the next one that I actually remember. I like to call it the loving brother stage.
Aww.
This was when anytime my parents left the house, I left myself in the bathroom. Because he would torment me anytime he got here. In case you haven't realized that people are so fast. That can be culminated, that stage of his life can be summed up in two stories. One particular story I remember when Josh told me that he had a pimple in his butt. And he's like, and I'm like, where? I don't know why I wanted to see it. He's like, shut up, close. And he got me closer and closer, and they farted in my face. So, loving brother. We were actually talking about this last night. That stage ended when he was teasing me one night. I punched him in the face, punched him right in the nose, gave him 2 black eyes. But I thought he was going to kill me, so I went and hid my sister. And he actually came up and said, you know, I'm proud of you for sticking up for yourself. But then we turned to the next stage, which was the rap stage. Like, for some reason he turned to this rap lover, and he was wearing his backwards hat, his dark clothing, jamming a loud music. The next stage was really awkward. He did a complete 180 turn and went to his country stage. Long trench coats down to the floor, country music, cowboy boots. It was really awkward. The next stage is the one that everyone probably knows him for, at least on our side, is the whole stage. That's when he lived back in what he calls the hole. He's been there for probably a decade where no one saw it. Friends would come over and they would come out to the living room and talk to the family. And all of a sudden you would hear Josh in the hole, Matt, Shay, Rue, back to the hole. Go back to the hole. And that was the only way that we actually knew about it. After that, we go into what I call the happiest angry man story. He was the happiest guy you would ever know. Out hanging out with his friends every weekend, having a good time. But yet, depending if you decide to talk to him that day, he was maybe not the happiest guy. And that is actually where you come in after that. This is what I like to call the happy stage.
Aww.
This is the first time that I actually remember Josh, truly being happy with everything that he was doing. He's calmer, happier, nicer. To be around. Have a conversation with them. And this is the same guy that was out, having a good time with his friend, drinking every weekend. He now told me that he really didn't want to have a bachelor party because he was afraid he had to get up the next morning to go to like Bed Bath & Beyond. It was crazy. So, but that's where we are now. Actually, I know I keep bringing them up a lot, but you've ushered in the most important stage, and I'd like to wish you guys both the best of luck. So everyone take raise a glass. Cheers to Josh and Ashley.
Cheers!
I'm done.
Good job, Eli. Good toasting.